Hey guys, I've been getting a lot of questions about that shadow video and how I've got the shadow on video, but I didn't get the actual Sasquatch. So I'm going to take time and explain what you see in that video. This is the playhouse that seems to be the center of the activity about the Sasquatch. But to begin this, one video you'll hear the bipedal footsteps in short bursts. These are the pine trees that I believe that the Sasquatch was using to cover itself. I did approach my house, and at the time I had noticed that the pine needles were kicked out away from the base of the pine trees and not in the front. And after I was listening to the live video, the camera that picked up the bipedal footsteps was just sitting right up here, pointing in this direction right here. That's why you see the shed in the video that has the shadow cast on it. Well, after I heard the bipedal footsteps as it moving from these pine trees, I switched to this other camera. I was actually listening. Let me back up. I was actually listening to the bipedal footsteps on a camera that was mounted right here. Mounted right there, and I heard it coming. And I switched to this camera back here. And this camera here was the one that was right there. Caught the eye shine right here. Now you say, well, how do you know it was on this side of the fence? Well, the infrared lights were turned off. I caught the eye shine. I went back and shot another video while the camera was in the same location with the infrared lights turned on, and I overlaid the two videos, and the eye shine was right in this area, low to the ground. It was on all fours. Now, one thing I want to make a comment on the intelligence of these creatures, specifically, and their abilities to remain unseen, is that this thing, as it was moving and the camera went off, I'm guessing on this part, it must hear something about the frequency of the wireless cameras. This is my daughter, Caitlin, by the way. Get down, baby. This thing must have heard the camera go off. It's 2.4 gigahertz, and there's a router inside my house that the cameras operate off of. Because when that camera turned on, it recorded a video, and you only see the eye shine for one frame of that video. And the only reason why it would have one frame of the eye shine, this thing must have turned its head with its eyes closed towards that camera, then momentarily opened its eyes just to blink open at that camera, because its eyes were only visible for one frame. It didn't turn towards this shed with its eyes open, because you would see one eye, then two eyes, and as it turned back, it'd be, two eyes back down to one eye to none at all. You just see the eyes momentarily blink open for one frame. That was a sign of a very intelligent juvenile to try to minimize the amount of time that somebody would see its eyes. So they're very aware of that. That's one of the things that really told me of the intelligence of these creatures. Now I'm going to go over where I was in relation to this shadow. I was standing somewhere around this area right here. I had my flashlight pointed here. I reached down, pulled my pistol out. During that quick moment, this part here, I got to guess a little bit. I don't know if it was back here at the corner fence post or if it was crouched down right here. But in that video, you see something stand up, move over, and crouch back down behind here to get more cover. So, when I'm here and I'm shining my flashlight, let me swing my baby. When I'm shining my flashlight, excuse me, I'm sorry about that. So when I'm shining my flashlight and I looked down to get my gun, this thing took advantage of that, stood up over here, walked over and crouched back down behind this playhouse to take more cover. Well, it had to walk in front of my flashlight beam because I still had my flashlight pointing in this general direction. It crossed in front of my flashlight beam, and when it did, the shadow was cast onto the shed that you see back there behind the playhouse. And when that shadow was cast, this camera that was right up here that recorded the eye shine, like this, recorded the shadow that was cast on that shed, but didn't record the actual juvenile that was over here. Now, I'm going to do an explanation one more. Right here is where you see the young Sasquatch. It almost looks like a chimpanzee. This is where he was, crouched down. In that video, he's crouched down right here with his back to me. Now, he did that, I believe, to minimize the chances of me seeing him with his back turned to me and him being jet black. And another sign of their ability of stealth and intelligence and evasion is this thing is taking small movements in very small increments, I believe, to get behind this post, so it would minimize the amount of shadow that it casts whenever I pan my flashlight over him, because he's moving very slowly in small increments towards that corner post. And if you think about it, anything that moves very slowly, you're less liable to notice than there's something that makes a quick movement. But this is the area that he was at, specifically right here, inching towards this right here. Now, when I pan back over with the flashlight, you see this post kind of inside the video, and then there's something all of a sudden that comes up here and blocks most of the view of the post, kind of shadows it out, and then he's gone. You don't see him anymore after that. But I just want to take time to make this little short video and explain those two things for you, so that people can maybe have a better understanding of what they see, what they're watching on the videos. And I'm going to take time to make another video tomorrow. It's just been raining today, been very busy, so y'all take care and God bless.